Hi everyone, welcome back to lesson 10. We're continuing to talk about our vision, our eyes and seeing and the parts of the eye and how they work. So today we will be learning about our eyes and the different parts that work together to allow us to see. From the first moment we open our eyes in the morning, we use our vision to help us get around. Our vision helps keep us safe by helping us avoid bumping into objects, walking into traffic, all kinds of things. Also helps us brush our teeth in the morning, get dressed, all of that stuff. All right, here we go. So as you're listening to this, I want you to listen because afterwards you're going to have to answer a discussion. I want you to find two things that are new to you, two things that you learn from this read aloud, and pause the video and write them down if you want to so that you can write it on our discussion question afterwards. Imagine a typical day. You are always looking around at people and books and screens, at animals and cars and trees. Before crossing a street, you look both ways for traffic. What part of your body do you use to look at all these things? Your eyes, of course. And which body organ do you think helps your eyes to see? Yes, the wondrous brain. Human eyes work together with the brain in order to see. Of all your senses, your sense of sight is the one you use the most. More than half of all the information you collect from your environment is received through your eyes. Then the information is sent back to the back of your brain, sometimes called the mind's eye, where your brain interprets what your eyes see and creates a picture for you. Remember when we looked at the different parts of the skull? Right here. The cranium, which houses your brain, is only one part of your skull. Besides the 8 flat cranial bones, there are 20 additional skull bones. Some of these bones form the eye sockets, 2 holes that are the perfect size for housing and protecting your eyeballs. You can feel your eye sockets just by gently touching the area around your eyeball, like this, kind of on your eyelid, just above your eyelid. Before we take a look at an eyeball, let's look at what surrounds your eyes. There are other things that also play an important part in helping you to see. Turn and look at someone close to you. See the hairs above the eyes? What are they called? The eyebrows. They're not just there to look pretty. They have a purpose. Now close your eyes. What is the skin called that covers your eyes? Eyelids. Your eyelids protect your eyes too, keeping them moist by spreading tears over them. Tears are produced by tear glands located above each eyeball on the underside of the eyelid. These salty water droplets keep your eyes wet and help fight germs. Tear ducts are tiny raised bumps located in the inner corner of your eyes, containing openings no larger than a pinhole. These tiny openings are the drains for your tears. Your eyelashes, the short curved hairs growing on the edges of your eyelids, keep dust particles out as well. There are muscles all around each eye, 6 in all. They control your eyes' movements, allowing them to swivel in their sockets, looking up and down and side to side. Now we're ready to take a peek at the parts of your eyeball itself. Look at somebody close to you again, or look at yourself in the mirror. What shape is the eyeball? It may appear oval to you, so not quite a circle, an oval. But the eyeball is actually well named because it is round, just like a basketball. It looks oval because some parts are hidden behind the eyelids. What color are your eyes or the person you're looking at? Did you notice? Look again to see if you can find it. Let's find out. Look at this picture together. The outer visible part of the eye includes the sclera, cornea, iris, and pupil. The white outer layer of the eye is called the sclera. The thin, tough, transparent tissue that covers the colored part of the eye is called the cornea, and it allows light to pass through. Together, the sclera and the cornea protect the eye from germs, dangerous particles, and damaging light rays. The colored part of the eye, the disc located just behind the transparent cornea, is called the iris. At the center of the iris is a black circle. Do you see it? This dark circular hole called the pupil varies in size as it regulates the amount of light entering the eye. The muscles of the iris control the size of the pupil, tightening to make the pupil smaller in bright light and relaxing to make the pupil larger in dim light. So boys and girls, right now I'm going to give you a secret word, and I want you, this is going to be the answer to your next step after the read aloud. Step, I don't know, 3A, I guess it would be. And it's a Schoology quiz, and your secret word is spring. S-P-R-I-N-G. So when you go to answer the question, it'll show me that you watched the video, and the answer to the secret word is spring. All right, let's keep going. Oh. So you can see clearly only if the right amount of light enters your eyes. Eyes are designed to focus light. Every part of the eye has a role to play, including those parts that lie inside the eyeball. So what is inside the eyeball? Liquid and jelly. Ooh, that's right. Eyes are soft and hollow. The clear fluid and jelly inside them give them their round shape. There are 3 important parts inside the eyeballs that help you see. The lens, right here. The retina, which is right here, and the optic nerve, which is right here. In order to see, you need light. It can be natural light from the sun or electrical light from a bulb, but all seeing begins with light. The eye sees objects by seeing the light that reflects or bounces off objects. Imagine that you are looking at a house. The sun shines down on the house. Light from the sun bounces off the house and travels to your eyes. Light rays bend toward each other as they pass through the cornea, the transparent tissue that covers the iris. This bending is the first step in focusing the light. The bent light rays then pass through the pupil to a clear disc called the lens. The rubbery, flexible lens adjusts its shape in order to focus on near or distant objects, creating crisp images. As the light rays pass through the lens, they bend even closer, cross one another, and land on the cup-shaped retina at the back of the eye. An image of the house is formed on the retina, but because light rays are bent, the image appears upside down on the retina. So when it, right here, objects appear upside down on the retina. The light-receiving cells of the retina transfer light rays into electrical energy so that the nervous system can send information to your brain via the optic nerve, through the optic nerve. The short, thick optic nerve is fixed to the back of the eyeball, just behind the retina. Acting like a cable, it passes through a tunnel in the skull and connects the eyeball to the brain. The optic nerve carries messages to the brain to be processed. The brain recreates the image so that the house is now seen right side up. As the eyes work together with the nervous system, this whole process takes less than 1 second to complete. When you think of the factors and parts of the eye that are involved in allowing us to see, it is indeed wondrous to think that it takes less than 1 second to see. Eyes are so important to us that it is troubling when things go wrong with them, preventing us from seeing as well as we would like. Two of the most common eye problems are nearsightedness and farsightedness. Have you heard those terms before? Let's find out what they mean. We know that people come in all shapes and sizes. Look around you. Legs and arms and faces and heads are all different shapes and sizes. So it makes sense that eyes vary in shape and size from person to person. The size and shape of the eye affects its ability to focus light and work well. In perfect vision, as light rays pass through the lens of the eye, they meet in just the right place to project a clear image on the retina. But sometimes the cornea or the lens is not quite the right shape to bend the light in the most effective way. Sometimes the shape of the eyeball affects how clearly images are projected on the retina. When these things occur, vision may become blurry. I didn't know that the shape of the eyeball is what makes us not see as clearly. In nearsightedness, the eyeball's size in relation to the cornea affects its focusing power. So images are projected or focused in front of the retina. Nearby objects are seen clearly, but distant objects are out of focus. In farsightedness, the eyeball's size affects the focusing power of the lens, so images are projected or focused behind the retina. Distant objects are seen clearly, but nearby objects are out of focus. Do you have either of those issues with your eyes? When I was a kid, I was nearsighted and I wore glasses. I got surgery to correct it, but I was nearsighted. I couldn't see far away, but I could see close up. Luckily, these problems can both be corrected with glasses or contact lenses. Easy fix. Before I go, let's try a riddle or two. I reflect off objects and enter your eyes. I bend to help you see. Your sight depends on me. What am I? Objects, I'm not going to tell you that. You're going to answer that after the video. Objects appear upside down on me. I live at the back of your eyeball. What am I? Retina. I am the part of your eye that is colored. Sometimes I'm green, but I could be brown, gray, or blue. What am I? It's the iris. Okay, it's time for me to go. Next time we'll look at the smallest bone in your body. Can anyone predict where it is? Here's a hint. It's part of another sensory organ. So boys and girls, you're going to answer 2 questions in the next step on Schoology.